Greetings, I'm Elijah Sankar 19, and I want to talk about triangle tarot readings and what are they and how do I do them, and give you some ideas about either if you want to purchase one or if you'd like to learn how to read them yourself. So just the idea of what a triangle tarot reading is. So here we go. Let's take a look at what the cards have to say. So of course, you shuffle the cards as always. You just get the cards going. This is my left hand, and I just sort of shuffle overhand like this. I do read reversals, so I'll often spin the cards while I'm shuffling them. Gets the cards pretty mixed up, and this deck I've shuffled many times, so they're pretty mixed up, pretty well. They're in there pretty good. So the triangle tarot reading is meant to be about 2 to 3, sometimes 4 minutes long, and it's delivered through a direct message on Instagram or Twitter. And so those are the two places where I spend my time for the most part. And so someone will ask me a question. Now there's a lot of information about how do you ask questions. What do you do to ask questions? Someone says, what types of questions do you ask? So the type of questions that it works best for, questions that give you power, that give you insight, that give you something that you can work with. For example, if someone is looking to change jobs, they can ask the question of, what information do I need to know at this time? What can help me make this move? Is this the right move for me? Or if someone's in a relationship, they ask something like, what can we do to improve our relationship? Should I stay in this relationship? Questions like that. Questions that are not good questions are questions that don't give you power, or are really questions that for other people. For example, if you're in a relationship and someone says, "Hey, is my boyfriend cheating on me?" Well, first, that's a question that requires me to sort of tap into his energy. I have to I'm basically finding out about his actions or his intentions or whatever he's been up to, but I don't have his permission. I only have your permission to ask you a question, to help you. I don't have permission from him to read about what he's doing. Or someone may say, how does my boyfriend feel about me? Does he really love me? And again, that's not within my realm. I can't give you advice on the intentions of a third person. Or something like, does my boss like me? Will my boss fire me next week? Like, those are questions where that's your boss's intentions and your boss's actions. And a lot of times questions like that are because people are afraid or aren't willing to ask the person directly. Really, in actuality, the best person to ask, as far as is my boyfriend cheating on me, is to ask the boyfriend directly. But I'm more looking into questions where, big things like, hey, should I change jobs? Should I move to North Carolina? And what advice can you give me about improving my relationship? The things where it's like you're not getting the answer from that you're not getting an answer that you could just get from asking someone else. So once we have the question established, a good question such as, hey, should I move to Texas? Or can you give me some advice about moving to Texas? And so once the question is established, I'm shuffling it. I have permission. Usually by then, this person has sent me a direct message. It's usually where we communicate as far as, hey, can I get a reading about this or that? And so what I do is I'll shuffle the deck, and then when it's time to read for the person, I'll grab my phone and I'll start recording. And what I do is I'll say who I am, and I'll repeat the question. And then what I'll do is I'll do a 3-card split. So very common 3-card split. And I usually only have one hand, so sometimes my split gets a little sloppy, but that's fine. And so I'm going to read this upside down. So I'm going to read it so that you can see it the way I would see it. So I would look at the first card, and boom, we have the Moon card reversed. And so this is the center of the reading. This is the main focus, the main device, just sort of the big picture. This is it. This is the meat and potatoes of the reading. And so if we did say something about moving to North Carolina, let's say that's our hypothetical question for this. Should we move to North Carolina? This moon card reverse says, hey, wait a second. Things are on hold. You're not sure. There's a lot fluctuating. This is just sort of saying, wait a second, because you don't know what's what just yet. So that's the first card. That's the meat and potatoes of the reading. And then next, what I do is I flip a card here. Is the next card I flip. And so this card is just a supporting detail. It's going to give me a lot of information. I'm looking at now, we have, the pentacles. Sort of, this card indicates there's a lack of balance. There's a balance situation going on. Financials may not be stable. Something's going on stopping this person from getting the outcome they're looking for in the triangle reading, or in the move, sorry. And the next card we have here is the Six of Swords. And this is a card of healing. And it's saying, hey, maybe they have to fix something. They have to improve their finances. They have to heal whatever they have going on wherever they are before they can move to North Carolina. And so these two guys are the supporting details. These are the garnish. They're the salt on the rim of the margarita. But this is the tequila in the mix. This is the reading, in a sense. These are supporting details. So I get a lot of information from this card and supporting information from these cards. And so delivered through DM, this usually takes 2 to 3 minutes to get a reading. And the really strong part about this is I can haven't had an issue so far, as far as with most of the time, almost all the time, I can deliver this reading within 24 hours. And so because it's so simple, because it's straightforward, and because it's directly through the phone, I'm not uploading to YouTube and anything like that, I can usually deliver a triangle tarot reading within 24 hours. And then since it's through DM, and the video stays in the DM, we can discuss it. Hey, what about this part? What about that part? How do you feel about this and that? And it's all right there, so we can go from there and have talks. The only really downfall to it is the videos come in as like 4 different videos, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. You just sort of click on the next one as you go. And I try to do a good job of like starting and stopping so that I'm not like mid-sentence when the video clicks off. I usually pause at a nice point and then I'll start the next video. So, but this is it. This is a triangle tarot reading. It has had a lot of success so far. A lot of people have gotten the answers they need. Sometimes you want a 10-card reading, and sometimes you want big ideas and big details, but sometimes you just want a 3-card reading that says, hey, what's going on? What's the answer I need? What is the big idea here? What advice do I need? And then give me some supporting details. So that's what I look at, and that's what I do in terms of a triangle tarot reading. So I'm Elijah Sun Car 19. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Many blessings, love and light.